guys, it's Game Guard here. Today I'm going to make a video reviewing the Nintendo Switch and talk about the different aspects of it and my opinion overall. So, start off, I want to say sorry for not uploading in a while. I will get back onto it. I'll start uploading quality content again. I'm probably going to start trying to review lots of products and put them on YouTube instead of just doing gaming videos or doing compilations of songs. So yeah guys, I'm going to start off by talking about the Nintendo Switch controller. The Nintendo Switch uses a highly innovative approach when it comes to the controller, as they allow detachable controllers coming off the Nintendo Switch. So there's multiple ways of playing that suits for different types of games, suits the style that people want to play. So I'll just show you an example of the different formats that you can use the controller with. So the first way you can play with the Nintendo Switch using the controller is in this joypad thing here, which comes with the Nintendo Switch when you first buy it. Personally, this is my favourite way of playing because it's easiest just to hold a controller rather than holding like two halves of a controller in each hand, because it's easier to drop them or lose them. So personally, this is my favourite way to play, but there are other ways. Next way you can play on your Nintendo Switch using the controller is by taking both the halves out, which I'm doing right here. And you can see you can hold it like that. It's quite cool in my opinion. It's quite good for games like 1-2 switch, games that are competitive, and you can use each of these halves to play multiplayer with people, with friends. So this one controller can then turn into like two controllers. As you can see on the side of the controller there, it's got these buttons on, and you hold them down to connect half the controller to the Nintendo Switch. You can do this with both of them, so you can do two-player. And for example, I've been doing this in games like Super Smash Bros, Mario Kart, and so on and so forth. You can play your Nintendo Switch as the handheld mode, so you have both halves of the controller attached to the Switch itself. So this is perfect for if you're playing on it on your own in your own room, and it's the format you'd use if you're just playing it on it handheld version. You don't use this format if you're using the TV. The other two ways of showing you is what you would do if you was playing with Nintendo Switch on the TV, but this way is how you play it handheld, which is quite cool in my opinion because it kind of resembles a Nintendo DS, and lots of people kind of like the Nintendo DS structure. In my opinion, I love it, but I don't. Final way of playing the Nintendo Switch is by having these straps on added to each of the controller, and this is good for playing games like 1-2 switch because it might have a lot of swinging involved, a lot of movement that might be quite dangerous, that could knock into people or could knock the Switch controllers out of your hand. So this format is quite good for games like that really. I wouldn't really recommend it for any other types of games, but I just feel like it's a cool feature because it's another way to play your Nintendo Switch, and that's my opinion. And you can put them around your wrists like this and hold the controller whilst it's around your wrist like that, and yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. And another thing I forgot to add is the motion sensors on the controller. So when you shake the controller, your character will jump on a game, for example, or throw an item. So I like how they've kind of embedded future technology and future hardware into the creation of the Nintendo Switch controller, unlike the past controllers. I mean, some people say that the Wii controller had a similar feature, but it was less responsive compared to the Switch ones, and the Switch does offer many different ways of playing as opposed to the Nintendo Wii. So I feel like it's a huge improvement in that department anyway. And as regards to the colour schemes, you can either buy a Nintendo Switch that comes with two grey, like half of controllers, or one with red and blue, which is the one I've got, as you can see right in front. So I would personally, I mean, it depends what you want really. So like, there's not much of a choice in regards to the colour schemes at the moment, but there have been announcements that are going to offer some of the colour scheme controllers. Like I know the Mario Party game, I feel like that's got a different colour scheme. I think it's green and pink, which is a lot different to the standard ones. So if you are very interested in the appearance of the controller, you can just buy different colour ones now, as they are widely available, as opposed to when the Nintendo Switch first came out. So yeah. So when you buy a Nintendo Switch, you'll notice that it will come with two halves of a controller, this Joy-Con thing which you can attach these halves onto for like sliding them in. It will come with two other like parts that come with like some string on which you can attach, so it's quite useful for like playing sports games, so it's safe rather than swinging controller across the room. For an example of that is 1-2 switch. I can't find them right now, but they do come with a Nintendo Switch. And you'll see this charging dock, which my Switch is sitting in right now. It will come with this, so whenever your Switch needs charging, you put it in there. It comes with a plug as well, which you plug into a wall. And also, when you want to connect it to a TV screen, you can connect a HDMI cable into the Switch and connect it to the TV screen, and it will display what's on your Switch onto the TV screen, which I believe is a very, very cool feature. So there's multiple ways of playing. So if you're the sort of person that comes from a family where everyone likes to use the TV and you've not got much time to play on it, you can just take it off in handheld mode and play it upstairs. Or if you do like to play on the TV and you want to get the whole family involved, that's an awesome feature because it's easy to see the screen, it's easy to do it for player as opposed to just looking at a small screen. So I really like how they've kind of embedded that feature into the design of the Nintendo Switch, and also how it seems to work efficiently as well. I don't really have any problems with using this feature, which definitely is a plus for me.
Positive or negative light. So you notice that most of the games are such high quality, have good graphics, have great dialogue, have a great story, have many different options you can do, and kind of try and keep the gamer engaged. You'll notice a few other games that aren't made by Nintendo are still equally as good, but probably kind of lack the detail and I'd probably say effort put into them compared to the Nintendo ones, since Nintendo themselves made the games, most of the games for their console, so they can make sure it runs as smooth as possible. However, other ones like Fortnite, like I've mentioned before, probably not so much. I'd kind of advise not to play that on the Switch or get the Switch just to play that game, as it runs really poorly. And yeah, also that's another thing, playing online on games that aren't Nintendo, made by Nintendo, kind of are really laggy, so I would not advise it. So to charge the Nintendo Switch, all you do is just make sure you put it into the two ports you'll notice on the inside or at the bottom, and you'll see if you go to turn the back of this dock here, you'll see if you take this back a bit off, you can see there's a HDMI socket and a charging socket. You might be able to see it because of the light, but yeah, that's where you plug your cables into to get it to go on the screen and also charge it up. So I believe it's very, very sleek indeed. Retail price for a Nintendo Switch is currently around £300 if you live in the UK. I believe it's $350 in the US. I'm not 100% sure because I'm from the UK, but I got mine on Black Friday for £300. It came with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I have to say it's quite a good deal. It's still quite expensive in comparison to some of the main competitors like Xbox and PlayStation, but those consoles have been out for longer, so you expect those to be cheaper than the Nintendo Switch. And if you look at online statistics, you'll see that this is the most sold Nintendo console ever, and have sold like millions of units compared to what I was expecting. So that's definitely a success for the Nintendo compared to the competitors. And also, if you look at the Wii U statistics, they're all really low, so it shows that it's a big improvement compared to the former Nintendo console. So I believe that if you are on the fence about whether to buy one of these or not, if you're the sort of person that likes to play family games that are kind of more family friendly and kind of fun at the same time, so like Mario games, then this is definitely a console for you. But if you're a sort of first-person shooter guy, I wouldn't really recommend it because most of the games on this console don't really have guns unless it's kind of cartoon graphics. So I feel like if you're a Call of Duty player, stick with the main consoles, Xbox, PlayStation, PC. But if you're more of a action adventure kind of gamer who likes to play with a family and play two-player, Mario Kart, Super Mario Bros, those games will kind of be for you. So I would highly suggest buying this Switch. But apart from that, guys, if you are new to the channel, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for future content, as I've been losing subscribers recently, unfortunately, and I'm really trying to get up to 600 subscribers at some point. That's my next goal. So if you are watching this video and you have watched this far, please just leave a comment saying you have watched up to this part of the video, and leave a like, and please subscribe. You don't have to subscribe, but it would mean a lot to me anyway.